Something is happening inside your legs right now that you cannot see and cannot feel. It is happening slowly, silently, without any obvious warning. And by the time most people finally notice something is wrong, they have already lost years of healthy circulation that will take serious effort to rebuild. Not talking about a rare disease. I am not talking about something that only affects a small percentage of people. I am talking about a gradual shutdown of blood flow to your lower limbs that affects the majority of adults over the age of 55. And the numbers are staggering. Recent data shows that nearly half of all adults over 60 have some degree of compromised leg circulation. Half. And here is the part that should concern you. More than 70% of those people have no idea anything is wrong. They have not been diagnosed. They have not been warned. They are living their daily lives while their legs are slowly being starved of the oxygen and nutrients they need to stay healthy. The consequences of ignoring this are severe. Reduced mobility, chronic pain, numbness that spreads, wounds that refuse to heal. In the most serious cases, tissue damage that becomes irreversible. But here is what makes this different from so many other health issues. This is not something you simply have to accept as part of getting older. This is not an inevitable decline that you are powerless to stop. There is something remarkably simple you can do about it. Something that takes less than 5 minutes each morning. Something that uses a single cup of a natural drink that works with your body's own circulation systems to restore blood flow to your legs and feet. And in this video, I am going to show you exactly what that drink is, how to prepare it correctly, and why it works when so many other things fail. But first, you need to understand what is actually happening inside your body right now. Because once you see the full picture, everything else will make sense. There is a reason doctors call poor leg circulation the silent crisis. It does not announce itself the way a heart attack does. There is no sudden chest pain, no dramatic moment where you know something has gone wrong. Instead, it creeps in so gradually that most people adjust to it without even realizing they are adjusting. You walk a little slower. You sit down a little more often. You notice your feet are cold, but you put on thicker socks and forget about it. You feel some heaviness in your calves after climbing stairs, but you tell yourself that is just part of getting older. And all the while, something is changing inside your blood vessels that will eventually demand your attention, whether you're ready for it or not. Let me explain what actually happens to your circulatory system as you age, because this is the foundation of everything we are going to discuss. Your arteries are not simply passive tubes that blood flows through. They are living, dynamic structures that expand and contract thousands of times each day. When you need more blood flow to a certain area, healthy arteries relax and widen to allow more blood through. When less is needed, they tighten back up. This expansion and contraction is controlled by a molecule called nitric oxide. You will hear me mention nitric oxide several times in this video because it is absolutely central to leg circulation. Your body produces nitric oxide in the inner lining of your blood vessels, and it acts as a signaling molecule that tells your arteries to relax. When nitric oxide levels are healthy, your arteries stay flexible. Blood flows freely. Your legs receive a constant supply of oxygen-rich blood that keeps muscles strong, nerves functioning, and tissues healthy. But here is the problem. After approximately age 40, your body's natural production of nitric oxide begins to decline. By the time you reach your 50s and 60s, many people are producing significantly less nitric oxide than they did in their younger years. Some estimates suggest a decline of up to 50% or more by age 60. And when nitric oxide drops, your arteries lose their ability to fully relax. They become stiffer, narrower, less responsive to your body's needs. The blood has to work harder to push through. Flow decreases, and the areas furthest from your heart, your feet and lower legs, suffer first and suffer most. This is not a sudden event. It happens over years and decades, and that is precisely why it goes unnoticed for so long. If you find yourself concerned about your own circulation after hearing this, you are not alone. Many viewers watching this right now are probably realizing they have noticed some signs but did not know what they meant. If that sounds like you, leave a comment below and let me know. I read through as many comments as possible and try to respond when I can. Now, let me show you the specific warning signs that indicate your leg circulation is already compromised, because these are the signals most people completely miss. The challenge with circulation problems is that the early warning signs are easy to explain away. Every single one of these signs can be attributed to something else: tiredness, weather, sleeping position, normal aging. And because of that, millions of people walk around with declining circulation for years before anyone, including their doctors, realizes what is happening. I want you to pay close attention to these 7 signs, because if you recognize several of them in yourself, it may be your body trying to tell you something important. Your feet are frequently cold, even when the rest of your body feels warm. This is one of the earliest and most common indicators of reduced blood flow to the extremities. When circulation to your feet decreases, less warm blood reaches those tissues. The result is feet that feel cold to the touch, even in a warm room, even under blankets, even when you are wearing socks. Most people blame this on poor insulation or thin skin. But if your feet are consistently colder than the rest of your body, it often means blood is not reaching them as efficiently as it should. Warning sign number 2. You experience cramping or aching in your calves after walking short distances. This is a classic symptom that doctors call intermittent claudication. When your leg muscles are working during walking, they need more oxygen. If your arteries cannot deliver enough blood to meet that demand, the muscles begin to cramp or ache as a signal that they are not getting what they need. The key indicator here is that the discomfort comes on during activity and typically improves when you rest. Many people assume this is just muscle fatigue or joint problems. But if walking consistently causes calf discomfort that goes away when you stop, circulation should be investigated. Warning sign number 3. Your legs feel heavy or tired, even after minimal activity. Healthy legs with good blood flow feel light and responsive. They carry you through your day without constantly reminding you of their presence. When circulation declines, legs begin to feel burdensome, heavy, fatigued, even after short periods of standing or walking. This heaviness is often worse later in the day, when blood has had more time to pool in the lower limbs due to gravity. If your legs feel significantly heavier by evening than they did in the morning, this is a sign worth paying attention to. Warning sign number 4. You notice changes in the color or appearance of your feet and lower legs. Healthy circulation gives your skin a consistent, normal color. When blood flow is compromised, you may notice your feet look paler than usual, or they may develop a slightly bluish or purplish tint, especially when sitting or standing for extended periods. Some people also notice that their skin appears thinner or shinier than it used to, particularly around the ankles and shins. Hair growth on the lower legs and feet may decrease or disappear entirely. These visual changes often occur so gradually that you do not notice them unless you specifically look. Warning sign number 5. Cuts, sores, or blisters on your feet heal slowly or not at all. Your body needs adequate blood flow to heal wounds. Blood carries the oxygen, nutrients, and immune cells necessary for tissue repair. When circulation to the feet is poor, even minor injuries can take weeks to heal. Small cuts may become chronic wounds. Blisters may turn into open sores. This is one of the more serious warning signs because non-healing wounds on the feet can lead to infections and complications that become difficult to manage. If you notice that foot injuries are taking much longer to heal than they used to, this warrants attention. Warning sign number 6. You experience tingling, numbness, or unusual sensations in your feet. Your nerves require constant blood supply to function properly. When circulation drops, the nerves in your feet and lower legs are often the first to suffer. This can manifest as tingling sensations, pins and needles, numbness, or even burning feelings that seem to have no obvious cause. Many people attribute these sensations to sitting in one position too long or sleeping wrong. But if these sensations occur frequently or persistently, they may indicate that your nerves are not receiving the blood supply they need. Warning sign number 7. You have restless legs or leg discomfort that disturbs your sleep. Nighttime leg discomfort is extremely common in people with compromised circulation. When you lie down, blood flow dynamics change, and legs that were already struggling during the day may become uncomfortable at night. This can manifest as an irresistible urge to move your legs cramping that wakes you up, or general discomfort that makes it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep. If your legs frequently disturb your sleep in ways they did not when you were younger, this is another signal that circulation may be declining now. Here's what I want you to understand about these warning signs. Experiencing one of them occasionally does not necessarily mean you have a serious circulation problem. But if you recognize 3 or more of these signs as consistent patterns in your daily life, your leg circulation deserves attention. And here is the critical point. These warning signs represent a window of opportunity. At this stage, circulation decline is often reversible, or at least improvable with the right approach. Ignore these signs for too long, and the damage becomes much harder to address. This is why I'm going to show you a specific drink that can support your body's natural ability to restore blood flow to your legs. But before I reveal that, you need to understand exactly how your leg circulation works, because that knowledge will help you understand why this approach is so effective. Your heart pumps approximately 5 liters of blood through your body every single minute. That blood travels through a vast network of arteries, eventually reaching the smallest blood vessels called capillaries, where oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your tissues. The blood then returns through your veins back to your heart to pick up more oxygen. This seems straightforward, but getting blood all the way down to your feet and back up again is actually one of the most challenging tasks your circulatory system faces. Think about the distance involved. Your heart sits in your chest, but your feet are the furthest point from your heart in your entire body. Blood has to travel all the way down, fighting gravity the entire way back up. Your legs contain some of the longest blood vessels in your body, and those vessels have to maintain proper function for decades. When you are young and healthy, several mechanisms keep this system working efficiently. First, your arteries are flexible and elastic. They expand with each heartbeat to accommodate the surge of blood, then contract to help push that blood forward. This elasticity means blood flows smoothly, with relatively little resistance. Second, your body produces abundant nitric oxide. As I mentioned earlier, nitric oxide signals your blood vessels to relax and dilate when more blood flow is needed. This molecule is constantly being produced by the endothelium, the thin layer of cells lining the inside of your blood vessels. Third, your muscle contractions help pump blood back up through your veins. Every time you walk or move your legs, your calf muscles squeeze the veins and push blood upward against gravity. This is often called the skeletal muscle pump, and it is essential for preventing blood from pooling in your lower legs. Fourth, one-way valves inside your veins prevent blood from flowing backward. These tiny valves open to let blood through toward your heart, then close to prevent it from falling back down due to gravity. When all of these systems work together, blood flows efficiently to your legs and feet, delivering oxygen and nutrients while removing waste products. Your legs feel light, energetic, and comfortable. But as you age, each of these systems begins to decline. Your arteries lose elasticity and become stiffer. This is partly due to changes in the collagen and elastin fibers that give arteries their flexibility, and partly due to deposits that accumulate on arterial walls over time. Your nitric oxide production drops. The endothelial cells that produce nitric oxide become less efficient, and the enzymes required for nitric oxide synthesis become less active. This means your blood vessels cannot relax and dilate as effectively as they once could. Your muscle mass decreases. With less muscle in your calves and legs, the skeletal muscle pump becomes weaker. Blood does not get pushed back up to your heart as efficiently, increasing the tendency for blood to pool in your lower limbs. Your venous valves may weaken. Years of pressure can cause these one-way valves to become damaged or incompetent, allowing blood to flow backward and pool in your legs. The result of all these changes is a gradual decrease in the amount of fresh, oxygen-rich blood reaching your feet and lower legs. At first, this decrease is small enough that you do not notice it. Your body has reserves. Your tissues can tolerate slightly less than optimal oxygen delivery. But as the decline continues over months and years, you begin to cross thresholds where symptoms appear. The warning signs I described earlier start to show up. And if nothing changes, the decline continues until serious problems develop. Here is the key insight that most people miss. The central problem in most cases of declining leg circulation is not that your heart is too weak. It is not that you do not have enough blood. The problem is that your blood vessels have lost their ability to relax and allow blood through efficiently. And the molecule most responsible for blood vessel relaxation is nitric oxide. This is why the drink I'm going to reveal works so well. It is specifically designed to support your body's production of nitric oxide through natural compounds that have been extensively studied and validated. But before I show you that drink, there is something else you need to understand. Certain common habits and foods are actively destroying your leg circulation without you realizing it. And if you're doing any of these things while trying to improve your circulation, you are essentially working against yourself. In the next section, I'm going to reveal the 5 circulation destroyers that most seniors are completely unaware of. Some of these are going to surprise you because they seem completely harmless. Let me share with you 5 common habits that are quietly destroying your leg circulation without you realizing it. Circulation destroyer number 1. Sitting for extended periods without movement. When you sit for long stretches, blood begins to pool in your lower limbs because you are not using your calf muscles to pump it back up. But here's the part most people do not know. Prolonged sitting actually reduces nitric oxide production in your blood vessels. Research has shown that just 1 hour of uninterrupted sitting can reduce blood flow to the legs by as much as 50%. The solution is to interrupt sitting every 30 to 40 to 5 minutes with brief movement. Even standing up and walking around for 2 minutes resets blood flow and stimulates nitric oxide production. Circulation destroyer number 2. Consuming excessive sodium without adequate potassium. High sodium intake damages the delicate endothelial lining of your blood vessels over time, reducing their ability to produce nitric oxide. The blood vessels in your lower extremities are particularly vulnerable because they already work against gravity. What makes this worse is that most people eat too little potassium, which naturally counterbalances sodium and helps blood vessels relax. Circulation destroyer number 3. Smoking, or regular exposure to secondhand smoke. Tobacco smoke contains thousands of chemicals that directly attack your blood vessel lining. It reduces nitric oxide production, makes blood thicker, and accelerates deposits on arterial walls. Peripheral artery disease is far more common in smokers, and even secondhand smoke exposure contributes to circulation decline. Circulation destroyer number 4. Chronic dehydration. As you age, your sense of thirst becomes less reliable. When you are dehydrated, your blood becomes thicker and does not flow as easily through small blood vessels. Your extremities receive less blood flow as your body prioritizes vital organs. Consistent hydration throughout the day, approximately 6 to 8 glasses of water, keeps blood viscosity optimal. Circulation destroyer number 5. Regularly consuming refined sugars and processed carbohydrates. Blood sugar spikes damage the endothelial lining, increase inflammation, and create compounds that stiffen your arteries. Over time, this causes progressive damage to the small blood vessels serving your legs and feet. Now, let me explain why common solutions often fail. Walking alone provides diminishing returns if your blood vessels have already lost significant elasticity. Your arteries cannot dilate properly in response to increased demand. Without addressing blood vessel flexibility itself, walking can only accomplish so much. Basic supplements often contain poorly absorbed ingredients, insufficient doses, or compounds with little scientific evidence. People spend months taking products that were never going to work. Compression socks treat symptoms, but cannot improve arterial flexibility or increase nitric oxide production. The moment you remove them, you are back where you started. What your circulation actually needs is support at the cellular level. You need to give your blood vessels the raw materials to produce more nitric oxide. This is where the 1-cup protocol comes in. The foundation of this drink is beetroot. Beetroot contains exceptionally high concentrations of dietary nitrates that your body converts into nitric oxide through a specific pathway. When you consume beetroot nitrates, bacteria on your tongue convert them into nitrites. These nitrites then become active nitric oxide that signals your blood vessels to relax and dilate. This pathway is crucial for older adults because it bypasses the main nitric oxide pathway that declines with age. Even if your natural production has dropped significantly, you can still boost levels through dietary nitrates. Here is the exact recipe. You need 2 medium-sized fresh organic beetroots, 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger, 1 small pinch of sea salt, 1/4 cup of filtered water, and optionally 1/2 teaspoon of raw honey. Wash the beetroots thoroughly, cut them into chunks, and process through a juicer, or blend with the water and strain through a fine mesh strainer. Add the lemon juice immediately to prevent oxidation. Stir in the grated ginger and sea salt. Add honey, if desired for taste. Drink the entire mixture within 15 minutes of preparation. The compounds begin degrading once cell walls are broken through juicing. Each ingredient serves a specific purpose. Beetroot provides dietary nitrates for nitric oxide production. Lemon juice preserves the nitrates, enhances absorption, and improves nitrite to nitric oxide conversion through vitamin C. Ginger reduces inflammation in blood vessel walls and has mild blood-thinning properties that improve flow. Sea salt supports absorption and electrolyte balance. Raw honey provides beneficial enzymes and improves taste for consistency. Consume this drink first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. Your stomach acid levels are highest in the morning, which helps convert nitrites to nitric oxide more efficiently. Circulation tends to be lowest after lying down all night, so the morning boost jumpstarts your vascular system for the entire day. Wait at least 30 minutes before eating breakfast. Here is the critical warning that can destroy 90% of the benefits. Do not use antibacterial mouthwash within several hours of drinking your beetroot mixture. Antibacterial mouthwash kills the tongue bacteria that convert nitrates into nitrites. Research shows this can reduce the circulation benefits by up to 90%. Switch to a non-antibacterial alternative or use mouthwash only at night. What to expect over 30 days. In the first 70 to 2 hours, your feet may feel slightly warmer and your legs less heavy. Some people report better sleep with less restlessness. During week 1, improvements become more noticeable. Walking may feel easier with less fatigue. Setting in by week 2, many people report significant differences. Energy levels improve as oxygen delivery to muscles increases. By day 30, warning signs that were present before may be substantially improved. Movement feels more natural and less burdensome. Individual results vary based on the severity of your circulation issues, overall health, and consistency. The key is daily use for at least 30 days. To amplify your results, add these simple habits. Gentle movement for 10 to 15 minutes after your drink helps distribute nitric oxide throughout your system. Deep breathing exercises stimulate your parasympathetic nervous system and promote blood vessel relaxation. Elevating your legs above heart level for 15 to 20 minutes, 2 to 3 times daily, assists blood flow back to your heart. A warm foot soak with Epsom salt before bed promotes dilation and relaxation. There are important safety considerations. If you take blood pressure medications, consult your doctor. Beetroot can lower blood pressure, and the combination could potentially reduce pressure too much. If you take blood-thinning medications, discuss this protocol with your healthcare provider. Beetroot and ginger have mild blood-thinning properties. If you have kidney disease or history of kidney stones, be cautious. Beetroot is high in oxalates. For most people without these conditions, this protocol is safe and well tolerated. However, it is not intended to replace medical treatment for diagnosed circulation conditions. Your 7-day quick start plan. Day 1, purchase fresh organic beetroot, ginger, lemons, and sea salt. Replace antibacterial mouthwash with a non-antibacterial alternative. Day 2, prepare and consume your first beetroot drink, following these instructions. Note how your legs feel before and throughout the day. Days 3 through 7. Continue the daily protocol each morning. Add gentle movement after your drink. Begin the deep breathing practice. Focus on consistent hydration. By the end of this first week, you will have established a foundation that can transform your leg circulation over coming weeks. Now, let me leave you with the bigger picture. Your leg circulation is not just about comfort in your legs and feet. It is fundamentally connected to your mobility, your independence, and your quality of life. When circulation is poor, every step becomes more difficult. You walk less, muscles weaken. You avoid activities you once enjoyed. Your world gradually becomes smaller. When circulation is healthy, movement feels natural. You can walk where you want to go. You can climb stairs without distress. You maintain the independence that allows you to live life on your own terms. The difference between these two scenarios is largely determined by daily choice. What you eat, how you move, what you do to support your circulatory system. It requires a few dollars worth of fresh beetroot, 5 minutes each morning, and the consistency to make it a habit. But within that simplicity lies powerful potential. The potential to restore blood flow that has been declining for years. The potential to reverse symptoms you thought were just part of getting older. The potential to protect your legs for years to come. Do not wait until warning signs become serious problems. Do not wait until your doctor delivers news you did not want to hear. Start today. Start with 1 cup. Give your legs the support they have been quietly asking for. If you found this video helpful, please like it and share it with someone experiencing circulation issues. Subscribe to Wellness Secrets for more evidence-based health information designed for people who want to age well and maintain vitality. Leave a comment below, sharing your experience. Have you noticed any warning signs I mentioned? Are you going to try this protocol? I read the comments and respond to as many as possible. Your legs have carried you through decades of life. They deserve the care that will allow them to carry you through many more years. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.